Hi there, I'm cloud economist Corey Quinn at the Duckbill Group. You may have no idea what a cloud economist is, but that's okay. I made the term up. When you define what you do, that gives you a false position of authority from which you can insist you're right no matter what the topic is. Speaking of making up a field in which to master, let's talk about observability. What is observability? Ask 5 people, get 7 different answers. I mean, to me, it's hipster monitoring. For better or worse, that definition is not yet caught on because thought leadership is harder than we thought. The big problem in the space, though, is that we look at so much data coming in through so many different tools. It becomes one giant paneful of glass, and there's no good way to disambiguate signal from all of that noise. That is the fundamental tenet of why observability is important and why we're not all just stuck with Nagios still trying to patch it a little bit further like we were 15 years ago. Backing it up a step further, if we look at what observability really means, it means it's time once again for you to find one of the vanishing number of monarchies in the world and kidnap a princess for ransom, because you're going to need to do that in order to pay the ridiculous fee. Now, what is it going to cost you? Well, that's a fun story. The reason that they're so good at extracting signal from all of this noise is there are so many different pricing dimensions you won't know. In fact, it requires the energy output of a small coal plant in order to figure out the bill for these things alone. But I digress. That's not really what observability is. Instead, let's get observability defined for us by professionals, namely industry analysts. Instead of being paid to sell you things, they have a much more objective perspective because they're paid by people who are paid to sell you things. Let's begin.